August 24th, 2025. The SM Mall of Asia Arena isn't just a venue tonight. It's a pressure cooker. A coliseum where dreams are either forged in spotlights or shattered on the runway. Outside, the air hums with the energy of thousands, a city holding its collective breath. Inside, the lights dim, and in that engineered darkness, thousands of hearts begin to pound in unison. This isn't just another pageant, this is a coronation. The culmination of a year of relentless speculation, training, and whispered predictions. The question on everyone's lips: who will carry the weight of the Philippine sash to the international stage? The pressure is immense, the legacy is heavy, and tonight, a new queen will be chosen. But backstage, away from the roar, in the quiet eye of the storm, one name crackles over every production headset: Emma Tiglao. Forget the polished image you see on screen. Right now, she's a study in controlled chaos. Hair still in last night's rollers, a testament to a sleepless night of visualization. A potent brew of black coffee is doing jumping jacks in her veins, the only fuel she's had for hours. And in her hand, a tiny, worn rosary, clutched not like a plea for luck but like a secret weapon. It's a family heirloom, passed down from her grandmother, a silent reminder of the strength and resilience that runs deeper than any pageant training. Around her, a whirlwind of panic and glitter, but Emma is an island of focus. She's not just preparing for a show, she's preparing for battle, and she's already been fighting. The preliminary competition wasn't just a warm-up, it was a declaration of intent. She didn't just participate, she dominated. The judges had already handed her the coveted Best in Swimsuit award, a testament to a physique carved by discipline. Then came Best in Evening Gown, a nod to her regal bearing and impeccable taste. She's been collecting special awards like a general collecting battlefield honors. Tonight, the only stat left on her bingo card is the one that matters most: the crown. The production crew whispers about a front-runner. The judges flip through their programs with her photo already circled. They're all waiting for something big to happen. Spoiler alert, the something big is Emma. Then, the moment arrives, the arena plunges into a dramatic hush. The music drops to a deep, resonant bass line that you feel in your bones. Smoke, thick and white, slithers across the floor like a living thing, obscuring everything. And then, a silhouette emerges. Emma steps onto the runway, not as a contestant hoping for a good score, but as a superstar who owns the very ground she walks on. She moves like the runway forgot to pay rent and she's here to collect. This isn't just a walk, it's a science. A masterclass in motion. Calves sharp enough to slice marble, a product of thousands of hours on an inclined treadmill. Hips ticking to the beat with the precision of a Swiss watch. Every pageant girl has a walk, but Emma has a weapon. She's engineered this moment down to the millisecond. She knows exactly where the main broadcast camera is, and she times the tassel on her custom-designed suit to whip exactly at frame 24 of the slow-mo replay. It's a tiny detail no one was expecting, a flash of kinetic energy that elevates her from contestant to icon. Why leave anything to chance when you can choreograph perfection? The effect is instantaneous. The judges, seasoned professionals who've seen it all, lean in, their score sheets forgotten for a moment. Phones pop up along the judges' table. In the arena, a roar builds. Online, the digital world loses its collective mind. Live streams crash. TikTok is flooded with screen recordings of the tassel whip. And just when you think she's given it her all, she reaches the end of the runway, pauses, and delivers one tiny, devastating half-smirk directly into the camera lens. It's confident. It's knowing. It's the 9.8 that makes the score unanimous. It's a statement. The swimsuit competition is over. But a queen needs more than just a walk. She needs a voice. The top 15 are given the advocacy speech round. 30 seconds, one microphone, one chance to prove you have a purpose beyond the crown. Emma's cause is deeply personal, championing mental health support and resources for small-town teens, the very kids who dream of pageant lights but often live in the shadows of anxiety and depression. She speaks of the immense pressure to appear perfect, a pressure she knows all too well, and the importance of building resilience from the inside out.
She doesn't just recite facts or statistics, she tells a story. And then, with unwavering eye contact and a voice filled with conviction, she drops the line that will define the night. We must teach our youth that it is okay to not be okay, and empower them to start turning their trauma into tiara material. For a full second, the entire arena forgets how lungs work. The silence is deafening.
Then, the eruption. It's not just applause, it's a wave of understanding, of connection. The judges stop scribbling scores and start writing notes, underlining her phrases. This wasn't a pageant answer, it was a manifesto. The live stream text feed explodes. Forget the witty one-liners and rehearsed platitudes of her competitors. The consensus is clear. She just ended them with manners. She proved that a crown isn't just an accessory, it's a platform. Now, the evening gown competition. And if the swimsuit was a statement of power, the gown is a masterpiece of art. It's a liquid silver serpentina, a cascade of shimmering fabric designed by a renowned Filipino couturier. This isn't an off-the-rack dress, it's a narrative. Over 200 hours of painstaking, hand-sewn beadwork went into its creation, with each crystal and pearl placed with surgical precision. The gown is probably heavier than her high school grades, but she wears it as if it's weightless. She glides to center stage, the silver fabric pooling around her feet. And then she does something audacious. She hits the longest, most dramatic pause ever sold on live television. One beat, 2 whole seconds of absolute stillness. The audience holds its breath. The director in the control room is probably screaming. It's a moment of supreme confidence. And just as the tension becomes unbearable, she breaks it, not with a gentle turn, but with an explosive sprint in stilettos, a burst of athletic grace that no one saw coming. It's like a Marvel trailer just dropped in the middle of a ballad. The fabric fans out, the thousands of crystals strobe under the lights, turning her into a human disco ball. It's a calculated risk that pays off spectacularly. She finishes the walk, locks eyes with a fan cam in the front row, and you can literally lip-read the person next to the camera screaming, "Game over." It's not an opinion anymore, it's a fact. A perfect 10 across the board. She hasn't just won the round, she's retired the trophy. Finally, the moment of truth. The top 3. The air is so thick with tension you could cut it with a sash. The host poses the final, fateful question. In a world full of metrics and milestones, how do you define success? The other 2 finalists give thoughtful, if slightly rehearsed answers. Then the microphone is in front of Emma. She doesn't blink, she doesn't even take a breath.
She looks past the host, past the judges, and into the camera, as if speaking to every single person watching. She says, "Success isn't a destination you arrive at. It's not a trophy or a title. Success is a verb. It's unfinished. It's relentless. Always in progress, like the thousands of sequins that are still being perfected on my gown tonight."
The arena doesn't just applaud, it detonates. The sound is deafening. The host has to beg for hush so the show can continue. And then, the ultimate sign of victory, one of the toughest judges, a legend in the industry, stands up to clap. That single, powerful sentence isn't just an answer, it's a philosophy. Within minutes, success is a verb becomes a global meme, a mantra for dreamers everywhere. While the auditors are supposedly tabulating, someone backstage inevitably leaks the score tabs. The numbers are jaw-dropping, 987.5 out of a possible 1,000. It's a landslide victory. Margins like that haven't been seen in a decade, not since Katrina Gray's legendary lava walk rewrote the rulebook. This wasn't a competition, it was a conquest. But this level of dominance isn't born overnight, it's forged in fire. For 3 grueling months she trained on a treadmill set to a 7-inch heel incline, conditioning her ankles and calves to handle any runway, any pace. Her nutritionist didn't just count calories, they weighed her lettuce to the 1/10 of a gram. Her team analyzed every angle, every lighting setup, every potential question. This is the unseen work, the obsessive pursuit of perfection. That final perfect wink. She rehearsed it over 400 times in front of a mirror with a stopwatch. Why? Because footage from yesterday's rehearsal showed her left eye lagged behind her right by a mere 0.2 seconds. That is a level of detail that is both inspiring and absolutely terrifying. It's the mindset of a champion who leaves nothing, not even the blink of an eye, to chance. Do you really think another candidate could have matched that microscopic precision, that relentless drive? Drop the name in the comments below and tell me what they missed by 0.2 seconds. Was it the tassel whip, the 2-beat pause, or the final answer that sealed her victory? Let the debate begin, and you better smash that subscribe button, because you have not seen the Tiglao turn the way we're about to show it to you. We're dropping a full Zapruder film-level breakdown of it tomorrow. Hit subscribe and ring that notification bell right now, because this victory is just the beginning. The national stage has been conquered. The international stage is next and the training starts tomorrow. Back in the arena, time seems to warp. As her name is announced, the explosion of confetti and streamers hangs in the air like the universe itself is buffering, trying to process the sheer force of her victory. In the audience, Emma's mom, the woman who gave her that rosary, faints in glorious 4K, a moment of pure, unscripted love and relief. On TikTok, her winning answer is stitched, remixed, and duetted over 11,000 times in the first 60 seconds alone. The next day, fan cams circle the exact spot on the catwalk where her heel pivot happened. It's no longer just a piece of the stage, it's a landmark, now immortalized online and in pageant lore as the Tiglao turn. So, how did Emma Tiglao conquer Miss Grand Philippines 2025? It wasn't luck, it was a strategy. She conquered it by weaponizing every single second on that stage, by stacking special awards like armor plates until she was untouchable, by delivering an advocacy speech that resonated with a generation, and by answering the final question with a sound bite so sharp, so intelligent, it was destined to trend worldwide before she even finished speaking. She didn't just win a crown, she engineered a landslide. The Philippines now has its delegate for Miss Grand International 2025, and she is a force of nature. You want the full frame-by-frame slow-motion breakdown of the legendary Tiglao turn? You know what to do. Hit subscribe and ring that bell right now. The journey has just begun.